What's up? What's up? Wednesday, May 7th?
May 7th.
Yeah, let's change that up. May 7th. Pick Central, brought to you by DraftKings. Obviously, we love DraftKings. Just at the Bet Gala the other night. I think I finally got one on you.
What's that?
You know, you went in, you were like, how could you possibly like the Nuggets?
I didn't say how could you possibly like the Nuggets. I just said I love the Thunder. You know what? You got that. I didn't say how you possibly. I did say I love the Thunder. I'll own that. Yeah, I was shocked. I was shocked by the that game was the. I mean, it's crazy because I guess the Pacers game almost was like, it felt like kind of the same script, where the Thunder
Did.
Were just always, they were up big at points. It just felt like they were always in control. Even at the very end when it was getting hairy, you still kind of felt like they were in control. And then it was like you blinked and they lost. And you're just like sitting there, how the fuck did that happen? And then last night, Pacers was the same exact thing. Like
Yeah,
the Cavs they were up 20 in the third quarter.
It's unbelievable.
They were always in control. They kind of felt like they were always in control. And then all of a sudden, you just blinked and the Pacers just like took their souls from them at the final second.
Yeah, so we'll open with that. I mean, you could open with both because I think Golden State's obviously the bigger story with Curry. But Pacers.
Better game, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Pacers up 2-0.
That series, if Mobley, Hunter, and Garland don't come back, like I think that series is over. And that's one of those. I've been seeing that. I'm starting to see the takes now of people calling this Cavs team, that Hawks team that was like the one seed and LeBron swept them. I don't agree with that. I think this Cavs team was a lot better than that. I think it's unfortunate the kind of like the injuries they sustained are gonna hinder them here. I mean, I guess they could fight back. Who knows? But I'm saying if they lose, I just feel like a narrative is gonna start to come about them that I don't think they deserve. I think it's just unfortunate the way they Pat Bev I started to talk about recently. Like it's the best healthy team, and unfortunately, like if you lose 3 of your 5 best players, and 2 of your your second, third best player, and then probably your 4th or 5th best player too.
Yeah, that's gonna cripple you.
That's a huge problem. And the Pacers are dogs, man. The Pacers they're fucking good. They're just. We've talked about it a lot. Like, they just don't have, that one guy, even though you see an ending like Halliburton had last night, and the one he had against the Bucks that closed the series. Like, he's the guy, but they don't have that one guy that's, a clear-cut, no-brainer, top, 10 player, 15 player. But they just have a bunch of dogs. Playoff Nembhard's insane. Naismith's been unreal.
Some of the
Miles Turner's been great. They just got O'Connell. They just got a loaded roster of guys that could.
It's a sum of the parts. It's a sum of the parts. We were late on that one. I apologize. I thought we had it. Yeah. All right. So let's clear some things up. This show is brought to you by DraftKings.
Of course it is.
The NBA 82-game grind is done, and now the real fun begins. The NBA playoffs are here, and it's time for all the high-stakes drama, clutch moments, and jaw-dropping plays. I can't wait. If you're looking to make the playoffs even more exciting, DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered and is official sports betting partner of the NBA. From the play-in games all the way through to the finals, now it's time to back your favorite players and teams as they chase glory. All season long, DraftKings has been the go-to spot for NBA player props, and that doesn't stop now. Want to make your playoff experience even more intense? Try betting on your favorite player's performance. Will they drop 30 points, 40, or more? It's your call. I took OG Anunoby plus the 3 threes the other night. In that one, that was nice.
Yeah, that was easy. He had a phenomenal game.
Phenomenal game. So, yeah, you could be rooting for threes. You could be rooting for rebounds, points.
Josh Hart over 11.5 points.
Yeah, I love it.
Third quarter, that was an easy one.
Ready to place your first bet? Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Lock in your bets, and let's make this playoff run unforgettable. Here's something special for first-timers. New DraftKings customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Make it a playoff run to remember with DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code PICKCENTRAL. That's code PICKCENTRAL for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Obviously the Cavs' health is a massive, massive problem. But the Pacers are some of the parts, man. It's not just one guy. I think that's way better.
Yeah, Rick Carlisle.
One guy can have an off night, but somebody can pick it up. You know, and Carlisle's really, really
great
good.
Coach. Obviously great coach. One of the more underrated coaches probably in this last 15, 20 years.
He make his bones. He was the Pistons guy in 04?
No, he won the championship. No, he
won it with the Mavs in 06?
Yeah. Well, no, 2011.
11. Yeah, 06 they lost. You're right. They made the finals and lost.
He was the coach.
Where else did he make his bones before the Mavs?
I thought
he had an East. I thought he was one of those East. Now he's an East.
I just always think of him as he was the Mavs coach for pretty much most of Dirk's run.
Yeah.
And then obviously he's been with the Pacers the last he's been with the Pacers probably 6 years now, something like that.
Yeah, well, I thought he made his bones
I don't know. He might have coached somewhere before that. That was before my time.
He was a head coach of the Pistons. I wasn't crazy.
When? Before Larry Brown or after?
2001 to 2003.
Oh, so wow. He got fired. They hired Larry Brown and then won it all.
Yeah, but then he was with those 03 to 07 Pacers teams, which weren't as good.
He was the head coach of the Pacers?
Head coach.
Okay,
head coach. And then he made his run with the Mavericks. You're right. 2008 to 2021.
That was for a long time.
He was I knew he was with the Pistons. He was also an assistant on the Pacers from 97 to 2000.
Was that Larry Bird coaching them then?
I think so.
They were decent.
Yeah, that was when they made the finals. So he made the finals as an assistant as well. Yeah, he's just one of those guys, again, I wouldn't think to put him probably in the top 20 coaches of all time. But he won a championship as a player, won a championship as a coach. What's his coaching record?
I mean, it's got to be. I mean, when he was the Mavs coach, they were pretty much always perennial top 4 seed in the West.
Yeah, the Mavs were always in it.
They were always good too. They always were 50 plus wins.
So he's 993 and 860, 53% winning percentage. Good. But he's going to win 1,000 games.
Yeah, a ton of wins. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
No, he's great. I mean, he's probably obviously when you kind of think of this last era, obviously Pop is the guy, and then you've had Larry Brown's made obviously he had the run with the Pistons. You had Spoelstra's obviously had a nice run, but I think Carlisle is probably right there 3 or 4 in this era. I'll say the 2000s kind of era. He's probably that next guy.
Yeah, he's definitely unbelievable. Really, really good.
Jackson won a couple with the Lakers.
Yeah, Phil. Well, Phil is a GOAT.
But I just think him more obviously 90s and I guess with the Lakers too. Obviously you'd still put him up there.
Yeah. But yeah, the play itself too. Halliburton getting the 3 off a miss. Offensive rebound, pulling that back.
The amount of things that had to happen. I found Moblin Redux who become a Twitter friend of mine, he's a big Cavs guy. He wrote a kind of little thread about it, all the things that I'll pull it up. All the things that had to happen basically to go wrong for them to lose that game. So this is basically the sequence. The last 2 minutes. So they're up 7. Max Strus misses kind of a bad shot. Then they cut it to 5. Mitchell splits free throws, gets the offensive rebound in the second, surrounded by a couple of guys. He goes back up instead of kicking it out. Then Strus makes a 3. They're up 7 with a minute left. They basically come right down, score. Up with 57 seconds left, they're up 5. Donovan gets fouled, which kind of fucks them because it stops the clock. Then they have a bad inbound play, turn it over. 48 seconds left, they're up 7. Siakam misses both. So they're up 7, misses both. And then they just don't get the rebound. Where is it? Then late in the shot clock, Siakam flies by Dean Wade for another layup, up 3. Timeout called just as Allen catches the inbound pass and would have had him going to the line. Then they get the inbound pass stolen. Then Nembhard gets it open. 12 seconds left. Halliburton fouled. That's in the whole sequence. They just had so many. Obviously, they have he misses the free throw. They get the rebound. Then he fucking goes step back 3. They just had a million things happen where if they just get 1 rebound, they make 1 free throw.
Or make 2 free throws. Yeah, that's you never think, it's up 7 with a minute. You're all right, we put this, it's basically put away. He misses the 2 free throws. We'll still be okay. And then, yeah, you got to make the free throws.
That's that's another one. You got to be sitting there and there was a bunch of weird, easily could have called lane violations on a few of those and things like that. They just had so many things happen that if one thing goes differently, they just win that game. That's a soul-crushing loss. And I tweeted during the game. I noticed it kind of the first game too. They couldn't make anything. Pacers were hot, but Donovan Mitchell could literally get to the basket whenever he wants. That was an unbelievable game by him yesterday. He put the team on his back, and they just couldn't get it done when it mattered at the end. That was I just don't know how you come back from a loss like that. You're down 2-0. You got to go on the road. Good tough home environment for the Pacers. I don't know. I think if they don't get guys healthy, I just think this series is over.
So what's the diagnosis of their health, though?
I think they don't really know because Garland, it's a toe thing, I know. Mobley and Hunter, they both got injured in game 1. They were saying that Mobley, I think it's his ankle or foot, like he couldn't pull something with his leg. He couldn't pull full pressure on his foot, like as of yesterday.
So they're gonna be out with these guys basically like the whole series,
Like that's
potentially?
it's scary. Like they're not super optimistic about it. Because I remember even Atkinson talking about it after the first game. You could see in his voice, like he was very much like he was not confident that Mobley was gonna play.
Okay.
And obviously he didn't. And then and that the report came that he couldn't put pressure. He couldn't put like full pressure on it. So
I mean that sucks. If you're the Cavs, like you have a dream season to lose 3 guys, like and again, like
that's what I'm saying.
Listen, the Cavs probably will go out now that they're down 2-0. Like this is heavy road ahead. Yeah. They are very good, but this is a heavy road ahead. I think it could be a dogfight of a series. I don't know if we'll see, but they got to take both obviously on the road, even to back up.
Yeah, I think they've got to take at least one and get guys healthy, and then who knows if they can win 3 in a row.
Yeah, but I just think it's so frustrating too that I talked about it at the beginning of the playoffs when I was poking at Dukes or just asking Clemmer. I'm like, do you guys worry about the Cavs? The Cavs games against the Celtics this year were all decided like relatively close.
Well, that's what I'm
really, really close.
Well, that's what I'm saying about. I'm starting to see this like Hawks narrative getting pushed. And what was it, 2015 or whatever it was? And I just don't think this team is that team. Like I just think this team is a lot better than that. And I'd almost feel like almost sorry for them if that was the narrative that started being passed around. Because I said a bunch. I really think that they could have given the Celtics a run if fully healthy, but it's tough. That's how it goes. That's injuries. That's how sports goes. No one's gonna care at the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, no one's gonna give a shit. Like it's just like Cavs fans will bring it up, and people that like remember it, watch it, will be like, "Hey, like what if like these guys didn't get hurt? Who knows?" But it's all just gonna be what ifs and bullshit. It just sucks for them. It's like to have such like a magical season. You win like 64 games, whatever they won, and just have it end like this, where you have 3 of your best players just get hurt.
Yeah. So the other flip side I had was the Pacers. If they make the conference finals this year, that's back-to-back conference finals, right?
Correct.
So I don't think it's as long as some, and I'm sure there's some I'm missing in the most recent years. I feel like I've kind of blacked them out or whatever. But if you're the Pacers, like, what does that say about the success kind of run? Not really what does it say, but it's one of those things. It's probably pretty good for the Pacers, or if you're a Pacers fan, that you got to back-to-back conference finals. Or you're like the next team up, or you're kind of, and again, you don't celebrate like bronze medals, and you don't celebrate silver medals and runners up, or being in the Final Four of the NBA, which they would be in the conference finals. But that's a pretty good thing to kind of build. Like it reminded me of the Nets with Paul Pierce, where they were, I don't know how many conference finals they made off the top of my head, but they were always kind of in the mix.
The Celtics with Pierce?
Without Garnett. I'm saying 03, 04.
Oh, okay, I got you.
That type of stuff. I remember always the Celtics being in the mix.
You said the Nets at first. You threw me off. You said
yeah, the Nets did make the finals, so that changed it. But no, I meant the Celtics. The Celtics with Pierce. The Knicks, I know I think the Knicks only made the conference finals once in Ewing's run in 94. I could be wrong. No.
Well,
93. I know, but
the conference finals.
I know. They had to make the conference finals to make the finals.
Yeah, of course.
I think in 93 that was conference finals. I could be wrong. I think it was semis. They felt like they always got the Bulls in the semis in a bad run. And
then at the end of his run, like 99, the strike year.
Yeah, that one's a fluke. I'm saying for a long period, for what felt like 4 or 5 years, the Knicks were the next team up.
Yeah, sure.
They were right there. Yeah. So if you're the Pacers, and again, I don't know if you have enough to get the Celtics, but you can't really break up this team to go get one. But it's a good spot to be if you're the Pacers, or that's definitely a good thing, and where you want to be of this core of guys that all work together. We're in the mix.
No, I agree.
The worst place to be is in the middle of the pack in the NBA. The best place to be is obviously the champion. And then you really want to be in the mix, you're right there.
No. I agree with you 100% because I think I agree with what you're saying, that this kind of if they can beat the Cavs, this kind of proves hey, we're right there.
Right.
We need, but I think they're also in a spot where I think they're in a very delicate spot. If you get what I'm saying, where it's the move you make, because they can't listen. This team's awesome. They're fun to watch. They clearly show they can beat teams that a lot of people think are better than on paper, but. It's when you get to this point, the margins are so slim. Where like the move, like this team as it is, I don't think could win a championship.
Right.
I think they could be like 1-2 moves away, but those moves have to be like very specific. They're very delicate because the wrong move and like it's over, like you threw it away. So you got to be very careful in like how like the kind of moves you make. And I'm not even sitting here saying like I have the answer. I'm just saying like they're probably one big move away, and they're gonna have to choose like what is that move like, because they have so many like you said, like a Naismith, Nembhard, O'Connell. They have a bunch of bench guys, like even like Obi, guys who like kind of make them who they are, like their identity, toughness, good shooters. Like what guy do they move off of? Like who's the piece? Like even Miles Turner's had a great postseason. He's been in the trade talks, it feels like, for years, and they've stuck with him, and it's continued to work out. But it's like, what move do they like? Who's the guy they move off of? Like, I don't think Halliburton. I think they like Halliburton.
No, I think you got to keep Halliburton.
They made the trade for him, and it's worked out.
Yeah, I think you got to keep Halliburton.
Like, I think the Sabonis for Halliburton trade has definitely worked out in their favor.
For sure. But yeah, I just thought it was a good spot for the Pacers. Like, horrific for the Cavs, obviously, to just get the bad breaks like that. I apologize in advance for the mic. If you watch, it just keeps shrinking slowly.
Yeah, you got to.
It's brutal.
Give it the old tilt.
I'll talk louder. I'll just slump down and figure it out. But adjust. I'm done picking it up. But I heard the sound, obviously. So, yeah. And then, all right. So Golden State. All right. So if you put the odds on that series right now, and we could pull it up on DraftKings.
On Pacers.
Yeah, Pacers, Cavs. What are you betting? What are you taking?
It's so tough because
taking Cavs in 7? You're not taking Cavs in 6. I don't think, obviously.
I just don't know if I'd want to bet the Cavs. Like I just don't know if I could bet this series like having no real.
We found the exact.
Like not knowing what the health issues are. Like not knowing when they're coming back. Who's coming back? Like maybe do they get Mobley back? Do they get Hunter back? Do they get Garland back? Like what combo of them do they get back? I think it's hard to like really give a read on that unless you know like who's.
All right, here. So
who could be available?
Total games in Cavs Pacers over 5.5 minus 165.
See, like yeah, like I think it go. I do think the Cavs come back and win a couple games at least. I'm not laying minus 165 on it though. Because I don't know. Because, like, I mean, if none of these guys come back, like that, I think they could lose in 5. I don't think that's crazy at all.
So, all right. What's the favorite in this series right now?
What do you mean?
In terms of correct score of what you were betting. What are the lowest odds? Yes. I have it in front of me. Okay. No. Exact outcome.
6.
Who? So, all right, here's the
Pacers win in 6. I'd say, but that's my guess.
No, that's third.
Third is Pacers in 5?
Cleveland Cavaliers 4-3 is first.
Is the most likely.
4-3-7. Win in 7
Cavs
plus
in
270.
And they say that's the most likely in terms of exact.
Plus 270. Pacers 4-0 plus 300.
Okay.
Pacers 4-2 plus 425.
Okay.
Pacers 4-1 plus 600. Cavs 4-2 650.
Interesting.
Pacers 4-3 plus 800.
Interesting.
I found that very interesting.
Well, you want to you know what? I guess it kind of makes sense in the sense of like it's either do the guys get healthy or not? Because if these guys are healthy, they're big favorites. If they don't, they're not. You know what I'm saying? Like they're saying like a 4-3 Cavs scenario. I think is like they get healthy. Also, last night the Pacers stole it. Like the Cavs. I mean, without those guys, they were better.
Yeah, they were.
Like that's why that makes sense. Like they're like if they can get a guy or two back, and they can go win 2 or at least 1 in this series. Like or I should say win 1 on the road. Like they got a lot of life because they are the better team. Like if they can win at least 1 in this next 2 in Indiana, and get their guys back, they have a ton of life. But it's all based on the health. I really think I just can't see a world where even though they were better without him yesterday, and they got it stolen, I just don't know. I just don't know if they can win like 4-2 or win 4-1 the rest of the way.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I just was shocked.
I think it's just the health thing. Because if they come back, then they're favorites, like wildly big favorites every game.
Yeah, just
like full. I mean, think about game 1 with no Garland.
Right,
they were like 9.5 point favorites.
Yeah,
and then without Garland, Mobley, or Hunter, they were like 5-point favorites, 5.5. Because that even, I saw that, I took the Pacers early in the day because I was kind of hoping like maybe I'll get a good line like with these guys out, or like if they get ruled out, like I'll beat the line, maybe I can middle, whatever. And it only went down to 5, and I was like, that's like, I was like scared as a Pacers bettor because I was like, that just seems like almost like just sketchy in that like it's only 5 with all these guys out. They're still like that big of favorites at home. I don't know. They're the much better team. They're the much better team than the Pacers, but Pacers, they're just dogs, man. Like they just are gonna fight their asses off, and they got closers. Like Halliburton's a closer.
He's unbelievable.
He's been clutch, man. He's been so clutch.
For the rest of the correct...
Hard too's been clutch as hell.
For the rest of the correct scores, you got Celtics 4-1, obviously, plus 255. Celtics 4-3 is plus 270. I don't agree with that.
Well, it's because we already got one. So if you can... It's based on that. If you basically can...
We got to win 2 more, that means?
No, but I'm saying you got to think about it like this. Think
we're going to win 2 more?
Bosco, you have to come... We already won one. You have to come... You got to think, we won one in Boston.
Okay.
So they're thinking if we can, we're huge dogs obviously tonight. We're going to still be dogs in the Garden, but like much less.
Right, if we can get one in the Garden, that already puts you at 2.
They're basically saying if they can win one of the next 3, and then they're going to have a game 6. They're basically guaranteed to get a game 6 at home.
Can they win game 6?
Can they just win that game 6? And then they're predicting, obviously, they'd be big dogs to lose in Boston game 7. But I don't think that's crazy considering they already stole one in Boston.
Yeah, I would have put.
If they get one of the.
Well, all right, I shouldn't have got ahead of myself. Celtics 4-2 is also plus 270.
Oh, so it's the same.
Yeah, it's the exact same.
Okay, so that makes sense.
Knicks 4-2 plus 800. Knicks 4-3 plus 1100. Knicks 4-1 plus 1700. Knicks 4-0 plus 1800.
Yeah, I mean, I figured
that's how it goes. You got Nuggets, Thunder, obviously. Thunder in 7 is a favorite. Thunder 4-1 plus 280.
Well, again, it's the same thing. Like, they're massive favorites. Like, they're just going to continue to be huge favorites. Like, they're 10.5-point favorites tonight. They were 9.5-point favorites game 1.
Yeah, maybe I didn't understand that. Like, I don't know. Nuggets are fucking.
I think Nuggets are good too. I'm just saying you got to look at it like that. Like, Vegas is already telling you they believe they are massive favorites. They're a much better team. So losing one game is not going to like crazy change the way they view it. They've become bigger favorites the next game.
Yeah, so then
they know how badly the Thunder need this. Like they have to win. It's a plus to win.
So this is what's weird. So you have this Oklahoma City 4-3 is plus 265.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City 4-1 is plus 280. Okay. But then the series spread. Oh, it's Thunder plus 1.5 games. I apologize. Never mind. Thunder plus 1.5 games. I read it wrong. But then, yeah, so Denver plus 1.5 games minus 120. So, yeah, I don't know. I can't really make.
And I said that Denver plus 2.5 was plus like 125 before game 1.
Yeah. No, it's just weird to me that Oklahoma City, I think I'm reading this right. If Oklahoma City 4-1 is one of the top favorites.
Makes sense.
But then you're laying money getting Denver plus 1.5 games minus 120. You get what I'm saying?
Because they already won one. But also you got to remember, like that the thing is, even though it's the most likely of the perfect outcomes, it's still plus, what do you say, 270?
Yeah.
So it's still, they're
right.
It's like a big underdog for them to just win the next 4.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
But they're also going to be favored in every game.
Yeah. All right, Golden State up 1-0, 99-88, an absolutely gross game from Minnesota. Edwards still finishes with 23 and 14.
He had 1 point at halftime.
I know. Just not. You know, he got his points when he got his points. But
that was they made a little bit of a push in like the fourth quarter. Like they cut it to 8 with like these amount of time. I was
you could still make a run. Yeah, I was watching. Yeah,
but that was the two big takeaways were I think obviously Curry getting hurt in the first half.
That's the story. Yeah, we're gonna get to that.
And can he come back? Obviously, we'll get to that.
What are they saying in terms of his health?
It's a hamstring. It's the thing that he had kind of a problem with it. He'd been like just bucking up, dealing with it, and then I think it just gotten to this point where he really hurt it yesterday. But the second thing was too is that the Timberwolves played probably the worst game maybe of their whole season. Like that, I mean, there was a point they were 1 for 20 from 3. 1 for 20.
Finished the game. What did I write it down?
I think they shot, and they were shooting 17.
5 of 29.
Yeah, so they hit a couple in the fourth quarter and made a little bit of a run. But I mean, that was, I think of their, I guess they probably, they played 5, 6. Of the 88 games they played this year, that was probably the worst game they played all season. Like if I'm the, I guess the one thing that did worry me a little bit.
That's probably accurate.
If I'm a Timberwolves, I bet the Timberwolves win the series. So I guess the only thing I would say that worried me was some of the rebounding. I was surprised the way that I gave Golden State a lot of credit, the way they were crashing the boards, especially coming off of Game 7, just a couple days before that. But the Timberwolves, they read Ant the stat after the game, and he was like shocked. It was so funny because they shot so poorly from 3 in the Lakers game that they won the Game 5. They're 12 for their last 76 from 3 in those 2 games. 12 for 76. They told him that stat. He couldn't believe it. He was like, what?
Yeah, the amount of threes being shot. I mean, we'll get to the Celtics, with the Knicks, obviously. I'm obviously worried the Celtics can't possibly shoot that bad.
But also,
Derek White had a ton of open looks. Dave, obviously, I was sitting with Dave. We were both sitting with Dave.
Yeah,
he had his threes. I think he ended up hitting it, obviously. He hit 4 threes.
He
but, man, he should have hit fucking 7.
So the thing with this, you're absolutely right, even as a Knicks guy, 100%. But the only thing I would say about the Celtics is they shoot a ton of threes. Like, everyone's like, they missed 45 threes, like it's a record or whatever. But they made 15. They shot 25% from 3. Listen, that's bad. They're a much
horrible.
That's a much better three-point shooting team than that. But shooting 25% from 3 also isn't, the craziest thing. You know what I'm saying?
No, but 60 is insane, though.
But they shoot the most threes in, league history. And it was
60 is a lot of threes. I mean,
it was an overtime game as well.
I know, but 60 is so many.
But they
threes.
shoot 40 plus a game, usually.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was the 60 is a ton, no doubt.
So many.
And when you say they missed 45 threes, that sounds so alarming.
Crazy.
But shooting 25% from 3 is bad, but it's also not unheard of bad. You have off nights,
right.
I mean, if you shoot the 3, great. You shot at 40%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like that. Like you said, we just watched the Timberwolves back-to-back game shoot under 20%.
Yeah. Buddy Hield's having a hell of a series.
Yeah, he's had a great last
5 of 8 from 3.
He had a great last 2 games. He had a great Game 7 and then great game last night. That was how really, it was funny. I saw Big Cat tweet it too, and I thought the same thing right as it happened. I'm sure everyone did. When you, the one when it was DiVincenzo was on Butler at the top of the key, and he kind of DiVincenzo just kind of doing a little hand, not hand checking, you know what I mean, just kind of pressing up on him. And Butler does a little come through to draw the foul and just shoots a 3, just banks it. And I was like, yeah, you're not gonna win that. The Warriors are winning this. If you're making shots like that, Warriors are winning this.
No, yeah, and then Draymond obviously stepped it up, 18 points, 4 of 10 from 3. That's unheard of for him.
Yeah,
just
he had a great Game
of.
7 too. Great Game 7 into Game 1. I saw there was some stat to where it was teams. It was 1 seeds that obviously they're at home with, I think it was 4 days rest. Were it was something crazy. It was I want to say, it was 100. It was well over 60% against the spread. Well over, maybe 65. And obviously they went 0-4.
Dude, the road favorites.
And they lost. And they all lost outright.
Yeah, did you see the guy, we tweeted it from DraftKings or Gambling put it up, obviously with the DraftKings graphics and features and stuff like that. I think a guy turned a $40 parlay into $16,000 or something insane.
Oh no, someone
or $400 parlay into.
Yes, he did I think it was Knicks, Nuggets, Pacers.
Yeah,
400 to win 20K.
Jesus Christ!
Imagine that one last night. That's, you don't cash out. You're oh my, you're what a fucking idiot. They're down 20 in the city. You're what an idiot I am. Could have cashed out for probably 10K, whatever, 8K,
8, 7, yeah, something.
Then,
nice.
Yeah, probably 7, 8, and then you're sitting there. And then all of a sudden they never have the lead till literally 1 second left. They had the lead.
Jesus.
That was it.
Yeah, but that brings me back to your point too. For months or these last couple of months, we've been talking about the home court, how much it matters. You were poo-pooing home court. You're kind of rightfully so.
I don't think in the NBA it matters as much. I really don't. I think college matters. We know these guys are fucking studs, man. They're pros. These are the cream of the crop. They're not You think Anthony Edwards is weak at the knees at the fucking foul line? You think even a mid-range, a middling player on one of these good NBA teams, they're one of the best players in the world. They're not fucking worried about some guy fucking yelling whoa behind the fucking basket. They don't give a fuck. They're so locked in and they're just so elite at what they do. They're not worried about that shit.
Yeah, I agree with that.
We've seen a lot.
But yeah, I mean, just the road teams.
We've seen the Knicks go fucking 3-0
Yeah.
in Detroit and 1-2 at the Garden. I mean, we talk a lot. We saw the series last year, the unbelievable series with the Timberwolves and Nuggets. It was like every fucking away team just won. They won. Away team won like every game. We've seen a bunch of that.
Road teams have had a ton of success. They really have. Yeah,
I don't think. I mean,
the home court.
I mean, the Celtics have been huge. Like they've been better on the road all year than they have been at home.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's a wild. I just don't think it matters a ton. I think some guys feed. I think guys at this level almost feed off it.
What where do you put the Warriors? Obviously, without Curry, so Curry doesn't play the whole series. What does it go?
They're fucked.
I agree with that, but how fucked?
Like very fucked. Like they.
Like 5?
Yeah, like
done in 5.
6, like absolute max. Like even it's hard for them to steal another one without Curry. Like they just they gotta keep shooting the lights out. That's the only way. They have to shoot the light. Like Buddy Hield, Jimmy, all these guys gotta shoot the fucking lights out. Moses Moody, they all gotta shoot crazy. They gotta shoot nuts, and they need to hope that the Timberwolves just can't make a shot. Because if the Timberwolves can even just shoot
remote, I mean, 5 of 29 is gross. If they can shoot even
starting
remotely,
1 for 20, my, that's abysmal. Like if they could even
11 for 29 is not fantastic.
No, if they can just shoot like average,
right?
Like they're gonna win. They're gonna win these games. And I just think they caught him slipping. I don't know if you saw this. So Finch kind of called out after the game.
Oh, really?
And he basically just gave him honestly, I think I'm knowing Ant the way that we know him as like this dog, I think he'll respond to it. He basically gave him the you're our guy, like you need to rally the troops kind of thing. Like you need to be you need to be the guy picking everyone up, being like, we're gonna win this fucking game when we're down 15.
Right.
And he just basically called him out in the press conference, basically we need our dog to be a dog kind of thing.
Yeah, well, 2 things. One,
leader to be a leader.
Didn't Finch have some kind of beef or storyline earlier this year? Why was he in the news?
It was he really went off about the Shea foul baiting and getting the calls and
that's
stuff
what
like
it was.
that.
Got it. I knew that name. Like there's a lot of coaches.
They had a game where he went nuts about it when they played OKC. And
there's a lot of coaches you know nothing about or whatever, but or names don't even stand out, and then you're like, oh, yeah, I knew he made a story.
Yeah, he freaked out about Thunder and then Shea getting foul calls and shit.
Yeah, and then Ant again, obviously I think he is a dog and he will respond, but my advice to him, or let's say privately or to his friend or whatever, he's catching up with his brother. I'm very close to my brother. You have a brother, no?
I do not.
Oh, all right. So apologies. But you're close friends. You know what I mean? After a game, there's people in your circle that you would talk about or whatever, or say some things probably you wouldn't say publicly. I can't believe this guy's not giving me the ball, or the turnovers late were terrible. Just whatever. You get shit off your chest. The advice I would give to him if I was one of those guys for Ant Edwards is this comes with superstardom. You have to be challenged a little bit. You know what I mean? Even Jordan got challenged in 93, I want to say, with the gambling stuff when he was out in Atlantic City, and they were where's his dedication or whatever.
I was in between games, right, or something playoff games. He went for a night or something. I know that was a thing. That was a big thing on Last Dance.
Yeah.
But I mean, no, but that I think it's I actually think someone like him will respond to it well. I don't think he'll take it as I don't think he's gonna be fuck coach, why is he calling me out? I think he's gonna be you're right.
Yeah, but that comes with superstardom. You're gonna get, I think Shaq got called out by Phil Jackson. I'm sure Kobe had his parts. I don't think anyone's ever really truly put the screws to LeBron like that. Maybe that's why he just carries himself differently. But yeah, this is what comes with superstardom. If Ant's trying to take the next step, this is kind of where it goes.
Yeah. What do we got going on? You look disheveled.
No, I'm just, whatever.
Is this neighborhood watch stuff?
No, yeah, I mean, just fucking dealing with whatever. Whatever.
You all right? What?
Yeah, I'm just putting out fires.
What's going on?
Putting out fires.
What's going on?
Putting out fires.
What fires?
Lock in.
Putting out fires. I am locked in.
Yeah, this going. I can feel something coming out of my throat.
All right, so Merle's also. Where is he? What did Merle say? I'm on the move to Newark. Tomorrow I'm back. So Merles will give us a pick tomorrow. Vegas, what a fucking absolute, just fucking collapse last night.
Oh, insane. Also, I mean, the Caps, too.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm struggling. I got something in my throat.
I know. I feel like I think the travel and...
I'm dying, dude. I got allergies were hitting me in Arizona.
So can you develop allergies? For years, I was never one of those kids like, oh, allergies. Never had it. You can develop them, right? Like, is this something I'm getting now at 38?
I think I'm getting it at 30.
37?
I've never really had it, and it's hitting me like a truck.
Yeah, fucking sorry. It's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. It's absolutely brutal.
Dude, I apologize, everyone watching.
It's brutal.
So I'm dying.
It's brutal. So we'll get Merle's.
It's weird because I don't even feel like that sick, but I like it. But I'm just like congested and fucking. It's horrible. Just stuck in my throat. Trying to stop fucking coughing in the mic like an asshole. Yeah, NBA playoffs going on. The Knicks are fucking playing tonight. Getting my shit together.
Yeah. Knicks. All right, so Knicks tonight.
Coughing and Barstool Sports about the neighborhood watch.
I know. I don't think the Celtics obviously can shoot 15 of 60 from three. I do love that the Knicks obviously came back, showed grit. OG had a phenomenal game. Brunson obviously is our guy. But like, where is this? Is this the one you get blown out in? Would a blowout, like if you were looking at like Celtics close, Knicks close, Celtics blowout, Knicks blowout, where do you rank the four? I put the Knicks blowout at 4, obviously. I'd put Celtics blowout 1. I put Celtics close 2, and then I put Knicks close 3.
I just think I'm worried because that game, I hope it didn't. It was one of those where I came into it being like, fuck, like obviously it's an uphill battle, great team, but now like they've reeled me in.
Oh yeah, no, it's
like you win game 1 in Boston, like now I'm in, like I'm all in.
If they lose in 5, it's actually worse. They won game 1 because they just stole. You know what I mean?
No, I agree.
Stole 1, and then it's like.
But the thing I'm selling myself on is, and it's something that I talked about when they had that close game at the end of the season, was I'm hoping that they can build off this in the sense of like that kind of monkey that was on their back of losing all these good teams and all of them being blowouts. They have the game at the end of the year with the Celtics where they literally have the game won. They don't foul up 3, which Thibodeau never does. Tatum buries a 3. They end up losing the game. And then they have this game where they finally they go to OT when Brunson literally has the floater to win it. It doesn't fall. They end up still winning in OT. Now I believe it. Now I hope the team can rally around and be like, yo, we can fucking beat this team. Like, we absolutely can beat this team. Now we know we can in Boston. So I'm hoping that can do something for their confidence. But I realistically, I agree with you. It's tough when, like, we know, like, some of our guys had really good games. They had some guys with some off games. But I really think that if you think about the offseason moves that the Knicks made, and obviously, like, first priority was, like, keeping OG and then getting Bridges, it was to defend Tatum and Brown. Like, that's literally what those moves were for. And they did that. Like, OG played out of his mind defensively. Bridges played great, too. And that's what it's all about. And I thought Brunson actually handled himself well. They were obviously setting screens, trying to make sure that Brunson they would switch Brunson onto Tatum or onto, like, a bigger guard. Yeah. And I thought Brunson held his own. I really did. I thought he stepped up when he needed to defensively. We know, like, that's not obviously his, like, calling card, but I thought he did well in those situations. And it's just, can they keep playing defense? Like, they have to. If OG's got to do what he did, he's got to lock the fuck down. I don't know if we expect 29 points from every night, but if he could just knock down some open threes and just play his ass off on Tatum and make it tough. Tatum, I thought, settled for a lot of bad shots at the end of that game. I'll gladly, if he wants to take contested threes like that, I know he can make them. He's that good. But I'll live with that shot over anything else.
I'll live with that for sure. I'll make him take contested, make him take bad shots. Yeah, I think that's the key for us.
If he's gonna settle for a 3 with like OG in his face, like or like Bridges, I'll take that. If he makes it, God bless him. He's one of the best players in the world. You got it. But I'll take that over like them having all these open threes or getting to the basket.
Right, that's what we were worried about with Detroit. If we give them so many open threes, it's just going to be a nightmare. So,
but I mean, they fought their asses off. So I just hope that's something they can build off of, just momentum wise.
Yeah, we'll be streaming tonight. I think we're going to have a little bit more Celtics presence with Pat.
Yeah, I think Pat and
Clemmer obviously 2 against 5 or 6.
Yeah.
So
I'll be there.
Liam will be there.
Yeah, but you know,
green there.
Liam, I've known you for a long time. You don't jump in anybody's face, though. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, exactly. I'm just saying, like, the potential of the rivalries, like, I
think it will be a good game. Honestly, I don't really see a blowout. Like, to Ev's point, I think if they lost that overtime, they would have just like been demoralized, especially with Brunson just having the opportunity to end it in regulation. But the fact they locked in for that overtime, I do kind of agree with you. Like, I think that's probably huge for like their psyche as a team, being like, oh shit, we can win this. So
they needed it. They had to get the monkey off their back. They finally did it. So who knows? Who knows what can happen? My goal for the Knicks, basically, I said this to Clemmer in real time: win one of the next 3 and make it a 3-game series.
Yeah, that's a big deal. That's big.
Get me to 2-2 through 4. That's what I want.
That'd be awesome.
It's not a crazy goal. It's get me one of the next 3. It's a 2-2 series with 3 to play, even with 2 in Boston. And who knows? We already won one in Boston. Who knows?
Anybody's got a shot.
Then it's a 3-game series. Who knows what can happen?
That would be.
You steal game 5, all of a sudden, you're going home.
If that plays out, and then game 6 is a few, like, you imagine how amped and what ticket prices, shout out Game Time, are going to be at the Garden for game 6.
If they had a chance,
and like how
or
many,
even just to force a
it would take
7.
us 2 hours to leave this office.
Yeah,
just the buzz. Yeah, how far do you think that the buzz of the Knicks would
shut down?
Would stretch for like 4 blocks.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know what I mean? Like from above, you're just like, it's this orange sea of like just buzz. A game 6, you know, like against the champs like that, just an unbelievable fucking buzz. But my point is, if the way it plays out like that. And if they lose, let's say they lose 5, like crippling, you know, it's 2-2, they lose.
Why is it always got to be like, why can't it be they win 5 in heroic?
I'm just laying out the scenarios. Game 6 would be so disappointing if they lost 4-2 at home. If that was the one they could force.
But honestly, even before that, like, just the fact that now, no matter what, they're going to come to the Garden 1-1, like, at worst.
Right.
Like, it's going to be nuts the fact they're like, all right, it's 1-1, like, now we get 2 in New York. Or don't Liam, don't let us take 2 tonight.
Yeah. Oh, that would be.
Don't let us go to the Garden up 2-0.
My pants if that happened.
Don't let us go to the Garden up 2-0.
Yeah, no.
Oh, baby.
That'd be impressive.
Now I'm talking myself into wild things.
That'd be impressive.
But I'll fight.
Yeah, I'll cook something up, obviously, to play it. Probably maybe Brunson assists.
I'm definitely gonna play.
Kind of like OG's threes again. He's been fucking playing unbelievable.
They need him. For them to win this, for Knicks to win this series, OG has to play like that. He has to play out of his mind. He's got, but the locking down on defense he can do that. If he can score 25, he might need to. But he's got to just play incredible. I love OG so much. He's just an unbelievable player. I said if he's not all NBA this or all defense, I'm going to be furious, absolutely furious.
Oh yeah, he's a lockdown.
He has to be.
He's a lockdown. Oh,
legend. Pat Bev in the house. He looks sharp. He hit a fucking huge.
What'd he have?
He was on the Knicks. He was on the Nuggets.
Oh, all right.
He had a bunch of shit.
Well, that painted glass. Is he blowing us off? All right. What's up?
Hey.
All right, what
big Beck out.
Real hot. You liked the Nuggets the other night too, right?
He's on the Knicks.
Yeah, that was my best bet. You had Knicks and Nuggets money line? Here, jump down if you could get a headset. You got 2 minutes? Who are you jumping on? Rowan? He can wait. We'll make him wait. We'll make him wait. All right, pull that one in that way.
This one?
There you go.
Yeah, either one. That works.
Oh, struggling. Low.
It's a struggle here, Pat.
We got the fishbowl set up in
It's
here.
a struggle here, Pat. We're obviously both big Knicks guys. Where do you put?
Do y'all have a chance? Is the question.
Yes,
that's where we're going.
No, that's where we're
Liam,
at.
is he up?
I'm good. What's up, gang?
He's a big Celtics guy, so we're going opposite, obviously. But yeah, it's like, we're putting the series, I guess, like the favorite is obviously, what was the most predicted outcome? Celtics in 7, did it say?
No, it was Celtics in 5.
Celtics in 5. How many do you think it's going? Like, the Knicks obviously showed a lot of fight. Celtics can't shoot.
I think go 6.
6?
Yeah, I think go 6.
I said my goal as a Knicks fan, get to game 5, 2-2.
Yeah,
make it a 3-game series.
If it goes a 3-game series, I'm taking the Knicks.
Really?
Yeah, if it's tied 2-2, I'm taking the Knicks. But what people like the casual fans, what they forget about, like, when you're a champion, it's like it's hard to like. Not only do you have to like beat the Celtics or beat a team like Denver, and that's why you see Denver like they won't die. It's not because they're not a talented team. It's because they've been to the hilltop.
They faced it all, you know. So I'm like, you can't shoot them in the leg or in the back. You got to shoot them motherfuckers right in the head. You know what I'm saying? Like John Wick style. So like that's why it's always hard to beat the champion. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I liked them. I know they were coming off that 7-game series. I liked them the other night because it was like they also have the best player on the floor.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know, 9.5. I didn't think they'd win the game. I thought they might have, but yeah, 9.5. I was like, I'm taking that. So.
Yeah, and shout out to DraftKings because I put a crazy bet in when everybody left. When the Nuggets was down 3, with like 42 seconds to go, I took Nuggets.
Okay.
And I think it was like a plus 950. So every $100 I gave, I put in.
That's huge.
And a hit too at the end. And everybody was gone too. It was perfect.
Yeah.
I figure if you wear a suit, you can't lose. You have to win somewhere.
You do, yes.
I did win in the Tux. That's true.
See what I'm
do.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
The Knicks won. I wore Tux.
See what I'm
They
saying?
beat the Celtics. I gotta throw. I'm gonna
Pull that tux back out.
I'm gonna put the Tux on tonight.
We'll let you.
Look phenomenal too, by the way.
Thank you. We'll let you go on this. What are the conference semifinals? I'm sorry. What are the conference finals going to be?
Conference finals. I like Indiana.
Yeah, I mean they obviously stole the 2,
Yeah,
you know, and then you worry about the Cavs healthier.
That's a big steal too.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I said that game score was almost identical to the Nuggets one.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
that was one I want as a player. Like, can a team? Are they getting like obviously like kind of like cliches like like that's like a demoralizing loss. Like are pros really feeling that?
Hell yeah.
Like you can't even believe like even as a fan that had no skin in the game, I was sitting there. They were just so in control the whole game.
I know some teammates I used to play with. Motherfuckers get down 0-2. Motherfuckers started booking trips and flights and shit.
Jeez.
I saw you saying that about Miami about like being down 3-0.
Yeah, like motherfuckers. Yeah, man. Where I'm going. Okay, cool. Shit might go 5. We might. Yeah.
Wow.
Do they make that like public? Isn't there
It ain't public, but it's kind of like, hey, bro, what you doing after the? What you mean what I'm doing after, motherfucker? We still got games to play.
Yeah.
But I'm that guy, you know. I'm like,
Yeah, of course.
yeah, motherfucker, you gotta.
Because I wouldn't think I could totally see that with some teams. With this Cavs team, I wouldn't. From the outside, I wouldn't think that. But with the injuries, I guess you don't know how guys are feeling.
Yeah, the healthiest team always wins. You guys know that, right? So like,
I just because I think the thing I feel bad for this Cavs team is I feel like there's gonna be if they lose the series, there's gonna be this like kind of 2015 Hawks narrative around them. I think they were a lot better than that.
yeah, but
I think this is unfortunate.
I said that earlier. I said, gotta go.
All right.
Ron, that's not me. I promise, Ron. I'm not cheating. I'm not cheating.
Ron, congrats.
He
brother.
waved. We brought him in. You know what I mean? He got out of there quick.
That's his guy. I respect it.
He got out of there quick.
He's doing us a favor.
All right, so yeah, of the conference finals, there's going to be one team in the conference. That's a hell of a hot take. Yeah, I'll take that as well.
Pacers.
No, they're pressed for time. We love Pat Bev. We're happy to steal him for the the 2
Ron's a father of 2 now. God bless.
Yeah, exactly. I was texting him late night the other night. All right, so yeah, I think it's going to be Indiana, and then we're rooting for the Knicks, but I think if he would have finished that, it's probably – I'm actually interested who he would have picked in the West. So what do you think it's going to be? Take the Knicks out of it, obviously, but I would go Indiana.
Yeah, I think Indiana.
Probably Celtics, unfortunately. That's just the way it goes. And then what's your pick in the West?
I still think the Thunder pull it out. I just think they're that good, but yeah.
I think it's going to be easy, though.
No, I don't think it's going to be easy, but I think they pull it out.
And then it depends on Golden State's health.
And I think I bet the Timberwolves win the series, so I have to say.
Yeah, I think it just sucks. Yeah, I also think it's for as great as these playoffs have, a lot of blowouts in some early series, but really really good competitive games overall. Like been really good. It just kind of sucks now that we get to the semis, and we got a ton of like what ifs or asterisks. You know what I mean? Cleveland's health.
Yeah.
Steph going down.
Yeah. Well, Steph, we got to see, like, is he going to miss the whole series?
Right, that's exact. Yeah.
Is he going to miss, like, one game?
Same with the Cavs. Like, I just wish we got a clear-cut answer in terms of this stuff. You know what I mean?
Because the Warriors, like, they can afford Curry missing one game. Because, like, they already took one in Minnesota.
Yeah.
If you leave Minnesota with a split, you feel good about
tomorrow
that.
Or when they play, tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Tomorrow seems like an all-time punt. All-time punt from Golden State.
If
Curry, the game goes early,
I think it all just depends on Curry. Like, if they actually know, like now or by like say tomorrow, like morning or whatever, that he's probably not going to play the series, then I think you got to like you're just going all in. But I agree with you. If you think he can sit this game and then be back for Game 3 in Golden State, then it probably is a punt game. Like if it gets ugly early, you'll see a classic Curry like Draymond and Jimmy sitting the.
Yeah, Curry will just
he'll just punt. which I could definitely see that. But I think if you know Curry's probably not going to play the series, or like he's like a long, like maybe he can get back for like 6 or 7 kind of thing, like it's a long shot, then I think you got to just go balls to the wall and just win. I mean, you got to win him while you can. I mean, I don't think you can afford to punch shit if you know he's not going to play.
Right. Yeah, so we'll obviously figure it out as it plays out. You know, the Nuggets are getting 10.5 tonight.
It makes sense, like, because I think even if you've seen the other series, whenever this has happened where like the underdog won, like the Knicks is the same way, like the point spread went up. Like they won the game, and then it's up another point because they know how like they know this for both for the Celtics and the Thunder.
How crucial it is to get
absolute must win. Like it's a must win. And understand, obviously, you can win and not cover.
You can win and not cover. That's,
sure. But like they know the line was already what it was. It was 9.5 before that. Knicks, same thing. It was like 9. And then now, like it is a absolute must win. You cannot go down 2-0 at home. Absolutely cannot. You just can't do it.
I lean Nuggets again. We'll see if I'll fire, but
I think I'm gonna roll in the Thunder again. But we'll see, man. It's so tough because it's like you saw it with that last game. It's like just the thought of laying it against Jokic is tough to do.
Right.
It's hard. Like mentally, it's like hard to get around it.
What was his line the other night?
42 and 22.
Jesus Christ.
And this motherfucker's not going to win MVP. It disgusts me. It absolutely disgusts me. And I know it's a regular season award, but he was the best player and the most valuable player. He checks every box.
What would this MVP have been for him?
4.
And 4 out of 5?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's the
and I get it. Like
the arena thing,
listen, LeBron went through it.
How many has LeBron won? It's not nearly enough, right?
3 or 4.
That's not nearly enough.
LeBron went through it. Like obviously Jordan went through it. Like the voter fatigue.
Yeah, the fatigue.
I totally get. Like Kobe probably got a couple that he should have got.
How do you think it? You think a better way to do it is players vote? Full players vote? I know they wouldn't do that because the media is old hats and they still want the.
I don't know. It's so tough because I think this is Jokic's best year. Like, it's crazy. He's won 3 MVPs. This is his best season ever, and he's not going to get MVP.
Right.
Honestly, I've said this a bunch. I don't think people understand. I mean, I really believe this in my heart of heart. That this is one of the greatest seasons, I'll say, in my lifetime. Like, I really, when you break it down, this man was top 3 in points, rebounds, assists, steals. Bosco, no one had ever been in the top 10 in those. He's top 3 in all of them. This is one of the greatest seasons in the history of the National Basketball Association. I mean, I was starting thinking crazy things. I was looking last night, like, is this a better individual season than LeBron's ever had?
Yeah, it's possible.
Like, listen, I understand.
I mean,
like,
when you put it on that level,
just regular season, like obviously, like it's tough because LeBron team where like you won like you won MVP, then you won like Finals MVP and all that. Like I don't know if Jokic's going to pull that off with this team. He might. I mean, if he beats the Thunder, like anything's up for grabs. But this is like I think one of the greatest seasons in NBA history, and he's not going to get MVP probably.
Nuts.
I just don't believe in like the best player on the best team just gets MVP. Like the reason they're the best team is because they have a great team, not just because of one guy.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But I agree. Like LeBron should have got it for like 10 years straight, basically.
I agree.
So that's why that's the only part of the other side.
LeBron doesn't nearly have enough. I don't think Jordan has enough either. How many did Jordan?
No, I'm saying Jordan should have won a ton of them.
Exactly.
100% agree with that totally.
Yeah,
I think that's why
the MVP is a skewed award. Do you think it would be more or truer form if they let players just vote? You can't vote for anybody on your own team, obviously, and I think that evens out.
I don't know. Maybe, yeah. I don't know. Because I remember like they asked Pat Bev said Shea, and the thing I like when him and Rowan talked about it, I just felt like Pat Bev like even making the point. I think there's a lot of people making the point like it's just best player, best team, and then like a lot of kind of like things that like just kind of like cliches. You know what I mean? Like I just think when you argue truly like who is the best player, most valuable player, all those things like it's Jokic. Like the only thing against him is that the Thunder had a better record than the Nuggets. That's the only like real argument.
Right.
But to me, it's like, but his team is way better.
Yeah.
The team around him is far better.
Yeah. All right. I'll probably fire on Brunson, something with Brunson, and then OG's threes. I think I'll ride again, but maybe that line skews back up for me. I'll fire a little bit closer to game time. What are you on tonight?
I'll be on the Knicks for sure, just for vibes. I'll take the points. I think I'm gonna be on the Thunder as well. I think they bounce back. Although I like I said just before, I think it's tough to lay 10 against the greatest player on the planet right now. I'll stick with that for now. I'll probably add some like props and stuff. Maybe I go hard points again.
All right, Liam, you like anything to close us out?
I'll probably do some props closer to the game.
Yeah, I feel like
official Curry out game 2 already, so that's not a good sign.
No.
The fact that he's already ruled out now, not a good sign.
Yeah, that's pretty tough. Yeah,
Hopefully he can come back later in the series. I guess we'll see.
I don't know, man. I just wish.
Also, it's going to piss me off when that fuckhead when he.
Yeah, I just wish he was healthy.
He's going to be like, "I told you so," with fucking Curry because he gets hurt.
Yeah, and then he's sending the clips that Shaq said he's breaking down. Like, of course he's breaking down. Like, guys, you get older.
I got a fucking hand. I mean, Mobley and fucking Hunter and Garland are hurt too. They're all under 30.
Right.
Like, it's fucking injuries. It's sports.
Injuries are bad luck. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you tonight for the stream. Back tomorrow with Pick Central. I think Clemmer's running the show tomorrow with Hubs. I have dozen conflict early. I should be back for the second half, and then everybody will roll with it the rest of the week. See you tomorrow.